Hi, welcome to your new moon solar eclipse reading, air signs. So this card reading is going to be a little bit different than how I normally do them. Normally I will do like a grouping of card readings. So this video is for all of the air signs, but I'm going to do a reading for Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So I pulled 3 tarot cards from the Santa Muerte deck, just right here, just super pretty, and 1 moon card from the Moonology deck. So also I have my sleeping babies here with me. The new moon solar eclipse is on the 25th or 26th of December, depending on where you are in the world. I think it's only viewable from like Asia, Europe, and maybe Africa. Fun fact also, this is the deadliest solar eclipse. I guess like it's the ring of fire. It's really bright. And if you stare at it without eclipse glasses on for the entire 3 minutes and 40 seconds that it lasts, you will go blind for sure. The solar eclipse is really kind of like this portal. It's like a gateway, a threshold, which comes through in one of the cards, which is kind of cool. That we are being given the opportunity to step through, to kind of release, wash away, demagnetize. Like in my mind, it looks like people walking through like an archway of like a magnet, and like all the stuff gets sucked off of them onto the magnet, like car keys and like cell phone and all these things, because I have an overactive imagination. You know, we're being allowed to kind of step through this threshold to release the things that don't serve us, release the things that we don't need to take into 2020, and all this shit that we don't want to take into 2020. So this first reading is for Gemini. So this first card is the 4 of Wands. 4 is a foundational card. It's a card kind of about structure, about planning. Gemini, you like to leap before you look. And, you know, you're just adventurous that way. This card's really saying, think before you jump, think before you speak, plan before you go. Whatever new things are coming your way, there's no FOMO. Like, you are not going to miss anything. Whatever changes you want to make, because this is a new moon in Capricorn. Capricorn rules career, the way the world sees us, boundaries. So whatever changes you want to make in any of those areas, or really even any areas of your life, just kind of come up with a plan before you jump into it. The next card is Knight of Pentacles. So this guy's got a big old sack of money. So there is money coming. Like, this guy is riding a horse to deliver money somewhere. So there's money coming, which is really kind of common for this time of year. You know, like a lot of people will give gift cards, they'll give money, or, you know, like filing your income tax. But this is a little bit different, a little bit extra. There might be some changes you make to your budget. There might be some boundaries you put up around spending. You might make a career change that causes some extra cash to come in, which who doesn't love that? But yeah, money's coming. And then this next card, 6 of Cups, it's just a really nice card. So we see this woman, she's got all these cups. She's just kind of sauntering through life. Like, she has no problem receiving this abundance of cups, no scarcity, stuff is spilling out, totally not worried. You're really coming into a place where you have learned how to receive. And that's probably why there's more money coming in, because now that you've gotten comfortable receiving, maybe you've moved past some like worthiness issues, maybe you've moved past some like scarcity beliefs, and that's why this money is coming in for you. Good stuff. So your new moon solar eclipse message is to step out of your comfort zone, and that might be where this is coming in, to really make a plan before you just jump into things, because you are stepping out of your comfort zone. You're stepping into something new. North Node is like our future direction, like where we're going, what we're moving into. You're moving into a new space and you're stepping out of your comfort zone. So really think before you speak, think before you leap. So that was Gemini. Next is Libra. So the first card for you is the Knight of Cups. So you're moving into a new way of love. You know, he's looking back over his shoulder It's not out of regret. It's not out of like a feeling of loss. It's an acknowledgement. Like he's very aware that he's leaving something behind, but he's also intentionally moving into this new space. And I think there's this acknowledgement of past relationships, acknowledgement of the way that you used to love, the way that you used to interact with people, but still a lot of intentionality in moving forward. Like there's a lot of intentionality in moving forward through this threshold, because you're ready and you know this is the right way for you to go. I mean, it's always a good thing to kind of look back on what we've done, what we've experienced, and what we've learned, especially the end of the year. The next card is the Empress, is a card of abundance. You know, she's got all this gold around her, like the red is really luxurious, the flowers, like there's just a lot of life to this card. Even when we look at her face behind the fan, you know, like she's not a skeleton. She's got skin and lips. And the Empress card just really symbolizes abundance. It's a number 3 card. 3 is a number of celebration. It's also like a Trinity card, mind, body, spirit. If you're Christian, Father, Son, Holy Ghost. Past, present, future. You're coming into a time of abundance. You know, like you're learning, you're moving forward in the way that you love. You're going to be met with a lot of abundance because you're making this change. But this third card is the Moon. And so when we look at this, this is a human woman that is looking at her reflection, but she's a skeleton. So the Moon card is very much about shadow, seeing things in the dark that we don't normally see in the light. To me, for you, Libra, it feels like coming into a space of acceptance that this is just as much a part of you as this is, that these two halves are what make up the whole you. Without contrast, we can't understand the whole picture. So if we don't have dark, we can't understand light. If we don't have sadness, we can't understand happiness. And the human brain really learns well from contrast. You know, like as children, we understand the concept of addition because we understand the concept of subtraction, because they're two different sides of the same coin. So really learning how to embrace the shadow parts of you. And these shadow parts are not bad parts of you. The shadow parts of you are things that like you're not comfortable with looking at about yourself, or that you haven't seen about yourself that someone else brings to you. So it's just finding a way to get some comfort around like this is just as much a part of me as this is, and there's nothing wrong with having this part of you. Libra, your new moon solar eclipse message is that you and your loved ones are safe. So if you're coming into a time of change, if you're coming into a time of uncertainty, if things have been really chaotic, everything's okay. You're okay. Your family's okay. Everything's going to be okay. Next is the Aquarius reading. So the first card for Aquarius is the 5 of Swords. You can see there's these two people. There's all these swords coming at them. They're kind of caught off guard. There's some changes that need to happen around your way of thinking and your mindset. So if your perception is that like you're being attacked or that you're the victim, you can't take that into 2020. You really have to let go of that. Also, if there's people that a lot of your interactions with them feel like they're attacking you, or it puts you on the defensive, that's kind of a signal that these are not your people. These are not the right people for you. You know, we always have a choice. Like these two people can continue to walk forward into these swords and get stabbed, or they can stop, turn around, and leave. At any time, we can choose to think about things differently, and we can also choose to not have people in our lives. And that doesn't mean that you have to have a sword fight with them to get out of there. Sometimes we just turn around and walk away. The next card is the 3 of Wands. This is kind of a peculiar card because these flowers kind of represent the wands. But when you look at this little bird up here, he's got a book in his mouth, and the book says projects and virtue. And to me, like 3 of Wands is really a card that reminds us, like, get a different perspective and really just kind of see how far you've come. See how much you've changed. See what you've been through this year. Like, take this time to reflect on things. because you've picked up some really good things along the way, and you've let go of some big things this year. So just take some time to reflect on that. The next card is such a good card. This is like one of the most favoritist tarot cards for most people. It's the Lover's card. So when we look at this, there's a man and a woman, and you know, they're holding on to this heart together, this kind of sacred heart, and there's a key. Keys up in the air, you know, and she's like, how do we unlock this? And he's like, oh, it's up there. But this card, a lot of times this card can symbolize, like, you know, that the person you're with is your true love. Sometimes it can be a card of mirroring, that what we look for in other people is really what we need to give ourselves. But for me, like, this card from this deck is really talking about like learning a higher love. So like, if you've ever heard that Steve Winwood song, I think it's Steve Winwood. I hope it's Steve Winwood. Higher love, bring me a higher love. That's all the singing you're gonna get out of me. Unless we're in the car and the song's blasting, then I'm gonna sing terribly at the top of my lungs. You're welcome. But this, to me, this card is really about like seeking a higher love, like understanding that the way to unlock your heart, the way to unlock another's heart, is really from learning how to love from a higher place. But like understanding that if you're loving from a place of ego, if you're loving from a place of fear, attachment, scarcity, codependency, like, you can't take that in 2020. And that's not really, I was gonna say that's not really love. It's love, but it's really this obligatory love, you know, instead of a higher level love. This is giving love because that's who you are, giving love because that's what the other person needs, giving love because you want to. I feel like kind of ego centered love is conditional. Like, if I give you this, then you are supposed to give me that, or I'm giving you this because I need that from you. And this card is really calling you to love from a higher perspective. So go listen to that song if you've never heard it. So Aquarius, your new moon solar eclipse card is meditate and contemplate. What is love for you? What is the mindset that you want to shift? Are there people that you need to let go of? What are you not giving yourself credit for? What are you not taking stock of? So that is the new moon solar eclipse reading for the air signs. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought of the reading. Let me know if there's a new moon ritual that you do. Let me know if there's anything special you're doing for the solar eclipse. Connect with me in the comments. Please like, share. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you have a happy holiday, and I will see you soon. Bye.